Welcome back, guys, to NoHo Radio. This is Teddy on the mic, and alongside with Ro, and with our two special guests, DJ Movement and Justin from EMX. Woo! So it's interview time, so let's get this started.
Let's get this started. That's right.
Guys, tell us what you do. Tell us just everything about you. We all want to know. We all want to know.
My name's Justin with EMX, and we host a bunch of electronic music events in LA that welcome up-and-coming DJs and producers and vocalists to come perform and provide a platform to help them build their fan base and get experience out performing in front of a crowd.
That's awesome. What about you, DJ Movement?
So my name's Jasmin. I go by the name of DJ Movement. I started working alongside Justin and EMX a year ago, and I started to just DJ and get more involved with the EDM scene because I grew up in LA, and I totally just got involved with the hip-hop side of things. So it's been nice to meet all these electric producers involved with EMX, and now I'm just starting to help out more with like artist relationships and maintaining and cultivating the growth of the EMX movement in North Hollywood and just all across the city. So
that's awesome. So, Justin, I know that you are organizing the NoHo Art Walk now every month, right? Mm-hmm. So, obviously, we want to know a little bit more about that, but tell us how you got there, you know, like how it is that you've, you know, gotten to the place where you are now with the show, because I think that will be very interesting for students here to know kind of like your journey in a way.
Yeah. So there was really no art walk going on in North Hollywood before I saw a flyer in Santa Monica for an art walk that was trying to be cultivated here, thrown by Daniel Werder, and he had started it in North Hollywood and got a bunch of galleries involved, and it just came on like where I thought that would be a good location or a good placement where we could get some of our performers, and so I approached Daniel about it, and Daniel basically was telling me that he was looking for someone to take it over because has a tattoo parlor and is doing a bunch of stuff to get that up and going. And so we ended up coming to an agreement where I would take over the NoHo Art Walk, and we just, with EMX, already have a bunch of visual artists and DJs and producers and vocalists already at all of our shows. So cool. And so now this is a cool hub that we can kind of like filter everybody through and give them exposure, and then also help out the community in North Hollywood and make it kind of like a hip, happening place.
Oh my God, that sounds so cool. So we were talking before the show briefly about collaborations. So how is that an element in the work that you do? Like how have you seen that work, you know, in this industry?
It's with EMX especially, collaborations are how we've gotten to the point that we're at. You really have to, you can't do something this massive just by yourself. So it just takes, that's kind of the format, I guess, that we follow is we leave it open to new artists coming aboard. And then like Jasmin in particular, you know, we worked at a show together where I booked her to perform, and then we built our, you know, our connection, our relationship outside of that, and then that's just grown from there. And now she's come aboard and been able to work with more of the artists and stuff that I don't have time to do with keeping track and you know, following up with everybody.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to have all these people be involved, and then as they're getting more involved, there's room for growth because there's more things that, I don't know, just more openings of where people can jump in and do different things to take things off of my plate that I can't handle.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's cool because it leaves a lot of opening for the up and coming people to take over, to have a role and take over and take some responsibility, and that's kind of like one of the factors that makes or breaks people being a part of EMX too. Is a lot of people want to show up to one event and be like, okay, I showed up now, book me, you know, and like let me play. But it's really like, you know, you got to show up and actually be a part of the community and support the other artists, and like the more that we see people attending, the more that they can dig in deeper and get more involved. And that's just a piece of, I think, business in general, is you want to be a master in what you do. And so you're not going to be a master DJ if you're just showing up and supporting one person, you know, like, or not even really supporting the event. You show up just for yourself.
Yeah.
Like you got to show up because it's about the crowd and about the community and giving back to, you know, the whole product or the whole platform that's being created.
That makes sense. So Jasmin, for you, how has it been working, you know, with such a talented group of people, you know, because I think it's very smart what you're saying, involving the community in this project. So for you as an artist, like, does that inspire you, like, you know, seeing other artists and kind of learning from each other?
Yes, those are two words that I was just thinking as soon as you asked, like inspiring and then a place to learn and grow as an artist. Really, those two things have just, EMX has helped me grow in ways I never would have thought of when I first started working with them. I was like, oh, just like learning new music that's out there that isn't really being played in Hollywood right now. Learning all, like, in this day and age, everything is electronic, everything's sound engineering, and then being able to do this and not go to school for it, because I really don't have the money to pay for tuition or take out loans or something like this. So, and honestly, the education is just very straightforward. It's one-on-one. I'm dealing with people who have, you know, so much experience. They're playing festivals, they're doing all these different things, and they're so willing and open to come out and support and then teach me and show me all the things that they know almost directly. And as a female artist and DJ in this nightlife scene that sometimes can go a different direction other than focusing on music and the arts, it's nice to have a collective of male and female musician and artists that are there, you know, directly for the music and for the community of people that are there to support you in this sometimes can be very dark scene, right? Yeah. And so I'd been out there DJing by myself for a while, and when I've met a lot of males in the scene, but when I met Justin, I was like, I can stand by this. I came from working in a nonprofit, and I was like, man, this is a great group of people that are really trying to do the right thing for the artist community. Yeah.
So how long have you been with them?
About a year. Yeah.
And I mean, you're saying obviously you've learned a lot. If you hear the music that you were producing, let's say a year ago, and the products that you put out now, like what is the difference? Like, what is the experience for you personally when you hear that?
I think the difference is definitely dabbling more into mastering music in different softwares. There's so many different softwares that are available out there that take so much time to learn and dig deep into. And sometimes when you're out there working by yourself, there's just so many roadblocks and frustrations that separate a musician from this digital world. I grew up raised like, wake up, play the drums, play the guitar, and everything's very organic and fluid, and you could produce a song right then and there and hit record, right? My parents are from the 70s, right? And then being around these DJs from EMX, like, it's like seeing the accessibility that they can carry their studio with them, with their laptop. Like, I was like, oh, I don't need to plug in a guitar. Like, I don't need it. All these samples are available and da-da-da-da. So it's been very, I think, liberating as an independent female artist to learn just almost how easy it is to take your USB stick and go, right?
Definitely.
So...
And now you were mentioning, you know, being a female artist in this industry that's maybe like male dominated. So what can we do, you know, just in general as a society to support female artists like yourself? You know, how do we educate ourselves, or how can we be supportive of female artists?
I think it's important for females to really follow their dreams and their paths regardless of the obstacles. Because I realized as soon as I'm 26, so it took me a while to put my foot forward and say, I could do this. Regardless if anybody else is supporting me, I'm still going to get out here and do this. And once I did that, I realized that all these other females started attracting to me and saying, I've been really wanting to do that too, right? So I think the more females that are out there doing it and saying, we can do this, regardless of any other no's that are out there, is really just being true to themselves, being the best person or artist or whatever they're involved with. is the best support that they could give to the community. You know, I don't need someone holding my hand, but I want to meet the real you. Yeah. You know, society's gonna be like, you should be a psychologist, you should be a doctor, go to college, 9 to 5.
Trying to tell you what to do.
Right, you should be this, and that. But like, you're a female and you're doing this and you're supporting me just by being an inspiration yourself, you know, so.
That's really nice. So maybe just like believing in yourself and having a voice, like you're saying, that inspires other people. Like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it
right,
too.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think projects that have like soul, you know, and have a purpose are always going to go further. You know, again, we were talking before the show about all those like motives that people have. You were saying people go there and really put everything into what they're doing. Yeah. Now, I know that you've been wanting to collaborate more with the Art Institute. Like, what would you see, how can we play a role in your project in the future?
Well, we do the art walk the third Thursdays of every month, and so I figured that was a good way to incorporate the Art Institute automatically for visual artists, and so we have visual artists that are a part of it, and Maurice from the Art Institute helps us to line Lancashire with a bunch of visual artists.
Awesome.
And so that's the first thing, is the visual artists can all be a part of it and show their work. And then we also have a live audio stage outside at the corner of Weddington and Magnolia. And so that can be something that maybe audio engineers or people interested in electronic music in the Art Institute, DJs in the Art Institute, you know, people that are in this electronic world can come out and be involved with that, where one of our guys, Matt, Stop Plate Tectonics is what he goes by. He hosts this live audio stage and also composes music and produces music on the fly with like samplers and MIDI machines. And so that's something that other people can be a part of too, by kind of seeing what he does. And we can maybe work out something so that the Art Institute engineers can come and, you know, shadow Matt in setting up the whole stage and throughout the night, you know, making it all happen, because it's really hard to break into the industry unless you have someone kind of open a door for you. Where my background came from audio engineering and I'm a drummer and playing drums in bands and stuff like that. But I went from drumming to audio engineering, and in that path, I went through school, but the school really, I could have read a book, you know, and especially now you just watch a YouTube video or whatever. But totally. It seems like the real life application is where that opens up, you know, and like it makes it so that you can progress because you have to get in the door somewhere. So I think that is a really cool thing with the Art Walk, is being able to open doors for producers on the main stage or on the live audio stage. And then we also have DJs at Big Wang's, and they're opening up the patio to us now too.
Oh, cool.
So we can have some maybe vocalists out there on the patio, or some other producers, DJs inside, and then vocalists and producers out on the Art Institute's corner. So yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of opportunity for up and coming people, you know, that are in the scene.
Yeah, definitely. So we will make sure that, you know, our students know about these opportunities so that they can contribute, because there's definitely a lot of talented people here. And like you're saying, sometimes it's hard to kind of like start your career and people don't know really where to go, or like you're saying, just being in school doesn't give you like enough tools. You have to take that extra step, you know, and kind of try to like find your way. So I mean, I think it's very important. Like, you've experienced that too, you know. It's like you're in the audio program, right? What is it like for you?
Like for me, just the classes, you know, it's more like a, not really like, okay, so you'll go into class, you'll learn the stuff, but like, where are you going to practice it? We take a few practice sessions in class, but in order to get better, you're going to have to take some time off outside of class to, like, you know, the kind of what we're doing here. Just practice makes perfect, and you're not going to get to where you are unless you practice your, whatever you're trying to focus on.
Your craft.
Yeah. That makes sense. So is there any advice that you guys might have for students, again, either who are just starting in their career or who are graduating and then they're like stepping into the industry? Is there anything some tips, advice, anything like that?
I definitely advise people to finish their education when they start something, to complete it, and to, I think, appreciate the value and the substance that's being put into being a part of a community like the Art Institute. And like you guys are all doing something extra to get more involved with the community simultaneously with completing such focused education. Things that you probably won't learn out there in the club or wherever your art takes you, right? So to value that and to value the professors and all the resources that are available internally, and then also to simultaneously get out and maybe do internships with groups that are out there in LA, in the scene, when those two go hand in hand, right? It's I think the best learning experience. So it's nice to see schools that offer internship opportunities and things of that sort. Because I could definitely tell when I'm working with somebody who's been educated and somebody who hasn't.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just being honest. I think Justin can tell too. There's a different level of professionalism that comes with that individual. So I think.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned professionalism, right? That I think that's a very important quality, regardless of your major. I think that's key. Like everyone here is so professional. Everybody shows up on time. They put extra work on top of classes and things that they have to do to edit or to contribute. So I think that's a very important thing. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say on the internship. On that topic, we're looking for an intern right now from the Art Institute. We have an open internship for photo and video. So
awesome.
if anybody wants to come to all of our shows or some of our shows or whatever, take and the art walk to take pictures and video, we'll, I don't know, they'll probably have to be 21 they have to be 21 for all the other shows, but because I can't promote fake IDs, but for the shows they have to be 21, and we can get them drinks or whatever for contributing for those shows. But
the bragging.
Well, I mean, it's nice to get something in return for putting your work in, but I guess they get school credit, so maybe they get their own drinks
and experience. Real life experience.
Life experience.
Definitely.
And then with the art walk, definitely, that's something that we need. Is photos and video, like somebody professional to come out and take care of that, because all of it's done right now through my little handheld I have a cheap camera and whatever you're able to do with editing, like, because Jasmin helps me edit those, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
So we really need to step up the game with photos and videos if there's any Art Institute students that want to participate.
We have
with
a perfect crew right here.
Exactly.
This is our film crew, and they're outstanding.
Yeah.
So search no further.
That's perfect.
Right here. So, all right, well, guys, thank you so much for being here. DJ Movement, Justin, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you want to add, Teddy?
Nope, just that I'm going to be spreading the word about the intern, because I know there was an internship workshop on Thursday, and only about 5-6 people showed up. So I'm like, okay, maybe they didn't get the memo. But I'm going to spread the word about the internship.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cool.
I love it.
Thank you
guys so much.
Thank you.
And we're going back to DJ Wardogg and turntable, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Thank you.